What sort of wood's that you're chopping? Terry wood?
Never gave him a thought, ma'am.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I say I've heard he likes a good knees up.
Not anymore, he don't.
I'm just sorry it's the Dingles we're fighting for. There's such a load of layabouts.
Well, just keep thinking of the principle. It's ordinary folk telling big business people that they can't always get their own arrogant way. You coming to the meeting tonight?
Oh, yes, I'll be there, all right. If only to see if that layer of dust gone any thicker in the living room.
It's terrible. I'll see you later.
Hey, now, if you'd have got up when I told you you'd been able to eat your breakfast in comfort, have you had enough?
Yeah, cheers, Betty. I'll see you later.
How's young Linda Glover?
Well as can be expected, I suppose. I was going to go and skive off and see her in my break, but I'm not going to upset Frank anymore.
Bev, have you been living in the same house as Seth Armstrong and learnt naught? He's got a PhD in skiving, has Seth. Now, you sneak off and see her, but you don't get caught.
Morning, David. Sleep well?
Fine, thanks.
Dream of anybody in particular?
I don't dream. I'm too knackered.
Oh, I bet you do. All those repressed thoughts, all that front you had to put on at the christening, pretending all's well with the fiancé, while all the time you were thinking of the good times in bed with me.
Kim, please don't talk like that.
Just a matter of time before you crack, David. We're good for each other, as you well know.
Ah, Dave. Things are getting a bit sloppy around here. I'm sick of seeing people hanging around with nothing to do.
Well, I seem to have my hands full most of the time.
It seems to me we've got too many staff with time on their hands. Perhaps we should have laid a few more off at the end of the holiday season.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Get a grip on it, man. Get a few backsides kicked. I want to see them on the job or out of it, all right?
OK, Frank.
Frank, there's been some vandalism at the golf course. The holes have been filled in.
Oh, damn. That'll be the blasted Dingles. They're worse than a boil on the backside. Sort it out, Dave. You better give them a hand, Nick. I've got enough to sort out here.
He's going to have another heart attack. He wants to try and calm down a bit.
Yes. Well, you heard the man. Get on the job.
Oh, I'm sick of this!
Oh, stop your shouting, that won't solve anything.
No light, no telly, no hot water.
Butcher's boiling a kettle on brass here.
I want hot water from the tap like everybody else.
Should have stayed at Woolpack then with your boyfriend.
Shut it, Sam. You know that Terry Woods is almost as big a prat as you are.
How's about that? As much boiling water as we need, it's costing us now.
Well, it cost us now before, did it, when you were fiddling the lecky?
All right, at least you got the water.
Yeah, well, that's all we've got.
What are you talking about? We'll be building the barricades soon, defending what's ours. Eh? We'll fight and we'll win. Right, lads?
Right.
And it's worth fighting for, is it?
Of course it is. If we get evicted, what'll happen to all our stuff? We can't afford storage and all that. This is me and your mum's life, is this? All our memories, eh, Nell? What's to do, Nelly?
What's to do? Dad, look at the state of us and we're asking what's up. We've had enough, that's what.
Can't stand striking women. We're going to have to get that lecture back on. Go and get your wellies, and I'll see if I can find some rubber gloves for our Sam.
Why me?
Because you're the bravest of us.
Well, it's definitely Dingles. Making our job awkward for us at the moment. Frank ain't gonna like this one.
Well, at least we won't have to worry about the flagpoles getting nicked.
We'll have to get greenkeeper to sink a new hole. Do you reckon I should ring police?
Don't be daft, Dave. Don't you think you're going to look a bit stupid if you start taking it that far?
Still can't see why we don't just break into the house and connect up like before.
Aye.
Because, thickheads, they found out about that, but they don't know there's power in here. Now, that meter's ancient, so it should be no problem for you.
I don't know what to do, Dad.
Don't worry, son. I'll be right behind you.
Right, thanks very much. It's sorted. Bailiffs move in 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Good. Once the Dingles are out, people will soon start getting things back to normal. Oh, do the bailiffs know there'll be opposition?
Yes, and that's their problem. It's what I'm paying them for.
Just break the lead seal. Nothing's going to happen doing that.
I'm frightened of the electric.
Oh, don't be so soft. Give me the cutters, I'll show you how it's done.
No, that's the gas main. Shut that valve off down there.
We're not going to get gassed, are we?
Of course not. We've every chance of dying of starvation, though, if we're here much longer. Right, that's it, seal's off. Now, take that fuse out. Right, now we're getting somewhere. Don't come near me with that! Put it in that hole there! Right, it's all right. At least now we know where we're going wrong. Right, it must be the other way around.
Dad hasn't got a clue what he's started, has he?
If by that you mean you think he's wrong, I totally agree with you.
I mean, he's no chance coming up against you when you're in full tilt, that's what.
You don't mind me doing this, do you?
Mine? No, I think it's great. There's nothing I like better than the woman I love behaving exactly the way she wants to. Just don't go putting yourself or Joseph at risk, that's all.
Of course I won't. Right, we best be off. We're putting up the barricades later. Hey, don't go revealing any of our secrets up at home farm.
Look, I don't mind loaning you to the crusade, as your organisational genius is obviously needed, but I expect more than a peck on the cheek before you go.
Mm-hmm. I thought you chopped him out of your mind. No man's worth worrying more than a morning for. But Terry Woods, I mean, honest.
Never been dumped before, Mum.
Ah, well, it might not be your last time, neither. Oh, I wish I was young and single.
Can't imagine you young and single, Mum.
Thanks very much.
No, I just mean, like, it's as if you and Dad were born married.
Oh, don't you believe it? All the lads was chasing after me once, yes, till your father chased them off. That was his idea of courting, you know. You take a lesson from me.
Still, you wouldn't be without him, would you?
What choice have I got? Stuck here, all me dreams trampled in the pig muck. I always wanted to travel, you know. See exotic places like Paris, Venice, Pavarotti in Italy.
Mum, is that you?
Yes, we've all got a bit of Shirley Valentine in us, you know. Right, come on, we better start making these butchers. They'll be here to build a barricade soon. Right. Do you know what? I just wish they'd have left us alone.
Don't worry, Mum. We'll beat him.
Aye, but he's got money and power, don't you forget that.
Looks like we got the power back ourselves.
Oh, I hope our Sam ain't plugged himself into national grid.
If this feud lasts, the warring factions are going to drink in the same pub and we could lose business. The locals are our bread and butter, not passing tourists.
Here endeth the lesson.
Ah, here cometh the customer. Oh.
I thought it'd be this time at week again. You're not going to waste any of that lot, are you?
I don't know how you always know when it's pump cleaning day, sir. Would you care for a pint on the house?
What a splendid suggestion, Mr. Turner. I see you've got hot and curry.
Yes, I was just saying to Terry. I wouldn't like to place any bets on who's going to win this little battle.
Me neither. Especially as it seems that Betty is throwing her full weight behind the underdogs.
Oh, so you reckon Betty could be the Dingle's secret weapon, then?
I have it on good authority that there's a massive picture of Betty hanging in Kuwait to deter Iraqis from invading again.
Seth Armstrong, you said you were going to toilet.
Ah, but fair's fair, love. I didn't say which toilet.
It's a long-standing tradition that Seth helps out on pump cleaning days, Betty. Betty, are you sure you're coming down on the right side, supporting the Dingle?
Oh, it's not so much as backing the Dingles as standing for the principle that everybody is entitled to live under their own roof. And I would like you to be under ours more often.
Can I help you?
Yes. I'll have a pot of tea and a buttered scone, please, Kathy. Oh, congratulations on your performance at the christening. Must have been difficult being the doting godmother. Almost as hard as pretending to be the confident fiancé, what with David being so uncertain about his feelings.
Do you want jam with your scone?
Yes. Might as well have it all.
Well, you don't need 10 guesses to know why they're in the village.
Probably dropped in here after disrupting a hunt on their way to some road protest.
Hey, I tell you, I don't fancy standing shoulder to shoulders with the professionals back there.
It's not to do with looks, judging by the sincerity.
See you later. I think I'll go do the same. Go see how the barricade plans are getting on. So what are you going to get up to then?
I'm remaining here under cover and gathering intelligence.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what are you doing in here?
Oh, we've come to exchange some library books. My God, Jack. We're in a pub. Must have taken a wrong turning.
Have to resort to eating here, then.
Aye, have a look at those behind me. Somebody's got a ring in the nose.
Stay to the rest of them as well. Maybe we have wandered into the wrong establishment after all.
Back again.
Hi.
Not brought the men in the white coats with you?
Well, you might think they should be after me when you hear what I've got in mind.
Sam, stop it off.
Quiet, quiet, everybody. Yes, Nick.
Just heard that's the bailiffs are coming first thing in the morning.
We can take anything that they throw at us.
Shut up, Butch. Bailiff's moving in serious stuff. These blokes don't mess about. If anybody's going to fight them, it'll be me.
And me. And me, Dad.
Look, I'm a fist fighter. I'm not proud of that, I'm just saying it. None of you lot are, so don't pretend that you are, you'll get hurt. Now, they'll be looking for any excuse to hit out. Just be careful.
Bill, please. Kathy. That was very pleasant. I think you may have found your niche here, serving cream teas, not having much to think about.
Why are you here? I'll see to it, Dolores. Thank you. I don't want your money, and I don't want you back here. I trust Dave, and I know he doesn't want anything to do with you. In fact, it was me who persuaded him to carry on working at Home Farm.
He had no choice. His family are going to be our tenants, and he's totally dependent on me. Just you remember that.
You may have blackmailed him into your bed, but I know now he's out of your clutches. And I wonder what Frank would say if he knew.
Well, that would be David's family out on their ear now, wouldn't it? Not to mention Frank's heart condition. Could your conscience take it?
What about the tree? I know I'm just a man, and I guess I'll never understand. But you've got to put all this behind you.
I never knew this life. But I hope and pray, if we do come back again, that she or he will have better luck next time.
We're closed. Closed?
Closed.
But I only want to pay for this.
But you can't, can you? Because we're closed.
Viv, what the hell are you doing?
Exercising my right to close my shop whenever I want to and to serve.
I see. It's just a personal grudge against me, is it?
Just as you have the right to make people homeless.
They had no right to be there. And I don't have to justify our actions to evict them. Now I want to buy this magazine, Viv. Don't be ridiculous.
Kim's right, love. You made your point, now just take the money.
Shut up, Vic. You have to learn to take it as well as dish it out, Kim. And as long as you're playing the heavy landlord and evicting people, you are not welcome in this shop. Do I make myself clear?
I'll take it.
I've changed my mind.
I think you might have gone a bit too far there, Viv, taking the Dingle side against the Tates.
And I'm going even further. The Tates have got no right to do what they're doing, so I'm going to be on the barricades tonight to show them where I stand. You can look after the kids.
Sit down. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, just a small one, please, just to be sociable. Now, I've come to see if we can't sort out this little local difficulty.
Your visit is what I think it might be, Alan. You're wasting your time.
Now, since when has a visit between two friends been a waste of time?
When one friend tries to persuade the other not to evict scum like the Dingles.
Well, I have to admit something to that intention.
Then leave before we fall out.
It's not as if I'm on their side. And just let me speak as an impartial observer.
I'm rather disappointed you are impartial, Alan. I'd have thought you would have been on my side.
Look, this business is causing an awful lot of friction. It's dividing the village. It's making you very unpopular, Frank.
If I was worried about my unpopularity, Alan, I wouldn't be where I am today. A reasonably successful businessman who's had to make a lot of tough decisions. I'm trying to develop one of my farmhouses into a holiday let. The fact that they're squatting there is entirely their problem. They have to go.
I mean, surely, Frank, there must be some compromise we could come to restore peace to the village.
I am in the right. It's as simple as that.
Then an awful lot of people are supporting an awful family. Why, Frank?
All sorts of reasons.
Could it be that they're just sticking up for natural justice and that this time you've got it wrong? Think about it.
I am not in the wrong, and I will not back down. I'm going to win this battle, Alan, and I don't give a damn what anyone else
Now
thinks.
you're being petulant as well as intransigent.
You won't believe this. Viv Windsor wouldn't serve me in the shop. I'm barred.
That's it. I'll buy that shop and have them both thrown out.
Seth, I've been thinking about Biff's rent.
Is he thinking of paying it? That's more to the point.
He will be paying me soon. It's just that he's been under a lot of expense just lately. He's had his bike insurance and all that. No, I was thinking of him being more like family.
Hello?
Hello, love. Have you had a good day?
Yeah, not bad at all, thanks.
We've just been talking about your rent.
Yes, well, we'll sort that out in a minute, Seth. Now then, did you manage to see young Linda?
Yeah, I did. And I was going to ask you a favour.
What's that, love?
Do you mind if I ask her around? It's just that I think it'd do her good to get out of her own house.
Oh, of course not, love. She's welcome any time. In fact, why don't you ask her round for a tea? I've always got a few cakes on the go.
All right, thanks, Betty. I'll go and see her.
You can invite round who you like, love. Within reason.
That's nice to know. Thanks.
Because I regard you more as family than just a lodger. Oh, and I don't want you worrying about the rent because I know you've had a lot of expenses just lately.
Yeah, I know, but I'm managing to sort it out.
In fact, I don't want rent anymore. No, now that you're more like an adopted son to us, I think it's a bit impersonal, is rent. So in future, we'll call it keep.
Dad, how do you think it's going to go? Be honest with me now, you're talking to me.
Well, we're Nelly. No doubt about it. Look, Frank Tate's got everything, so he's got it all to lose. We've now, so what the hell? Not to be frightened of. Even if the jailers will not be that bothered, only way we can be beaten is if they kill us. They're not going to do that.
Just pulled this off the barricade. Wasn't serving any purpose, really. I haven't got any more like it, have you?
At least 4 more around somewhere. Are they without?
No, not really. Just might go with the table I've got. Pity to see them get broken. I'll tell you what, under these difficult circumstances, I'll give you $5 each for them.
20 each.
Out of the question, boy. 7?
70, the lot.
50.
Done. Be able to buy some ale now. Get us through the night.
That was a lovely cake, Betty. Thanks.
You're welcome, love. In fact, you're welcome any time. I've told Biff he must treat this place as his home and invite round who he likes.
Especially good-looking young women.
Who will definitely be safe with this old codger.
Well, shall I give you a hand with the washing up, then?
No, thanks, love, but you can help Biff. 'Cause he's on duty today. No, me and Seth have pledged ourselves to drive back the forces of capitalism and stand in the way at Dingle's being evicted. I've made fairy cakes.
And I've got a blunderbuss to fire them from.
To feed the demonstrators. No, we're supposed to be joining forces with Nellie Dingle to do catering, but she's no idea.
We'll leave you to it, love.
Aye. And it's been delightful to have you, Linda. And think on, love. It's not the past or the future that counts. It's now.
They deserve all the bother they get. I don't know about living in that farm for 3 generations. They've been in trouble for that long, at least.
Well, I wish it was all over and we could move in next door.
We've got a big list. Hope you can handle it, Terry.
We couldn't handle our tea, no?
Hey, you can pay for this lot, can you?
We've got a cheque from Eric Pollard.
Or half a ton of loose change.
I'll have the change.
Any second thoughts about tomorrow?
None whatsoever. I've never been so sure of anything in my life.
We'll show them.
What's that? Hey, that could be the bailiffs.
Come on, get in, everybody. Get in. Come on. It's only Sam and Butch. We brought booze back.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be
livelier.
Shut up, Harry. Damn. Standing by the waterside.
Get in the ass.
We shall not be moved.
Which episode of Midsummer Murders is ITV3's most wanted? Tune in Saturday at 7 to find out if your favourite is the one.